All right, guys, this is the video for our second digital arts project. This is going to be the balloon demo slash mind map project. So from now on, our projects will have like two parts to them. So the first part is going to be like a demo, which is sort of like a mini project. It probably will take 1 or 2 days to complete. It's very short. And then we will move on to the actual project, which will take a little bit longer. Both will be graded. Obviously, the demo is not going to be worth as much as the actual project, but it is important that you do both and that you watch the video for both. So I am going to go ahead and get started with that. I'm going to click on the Digital Arts tab here, and we are going to Unit 3, Balloon Demo slash Mind Map Project. Okay, so everything up top here is what you will need for the balloon demo, and I'm going to show you how to make that in a few minutes. And then down here, this is everything you will need for the mind map project. These are two student examples that I have. We'll get into this a little bit later after I discuss the balloon demo first, but you are going to be making, you're going to be using one of these silhouettes, and you are going to fill it up with things that that you like or things that are about you. So that's what this one is going to end up looking like. But first, we are going to do the balloon demo. So have my website open, because you're going to be going back and forth to these a few times to copy and paste, and then you can go ahead and go to Pixlr, which is going to be linked in Google Classroom. If it's not linked on my website page, I don't think that it is yet. No, it's not. So I'm going to link to Pixlr on your Google Classroom. We are going to create new, and then we are going to find Square HD. Here we go. We're going to name this balloon, and then your name. The background we can turn on, and we can select white, and then once that's all set, you can click create down here at the bottom. All right, so here I go. The first thing that we want to do, this one's a lot of copying and pasting, definitely not as much as the pizza project, so it should go by a little bit quick. We're going to go into my website, and I want you to first find the photo of the balloon. We're going to right click, and we are going to click copy image, go into Pixlr. I keep trying to say Photopea. If I say Photopea, I mean Pixlr. And then you can paste, Control V, I believe is paste, right? Hello, Control V. Okay, mine's not working, so I'm gonna try edit paste. There we go. Okay, and I'm gonna stretch this out to be the entire page that I had. It might not fit perfectly, right? It doesn't, so just try to like extend it out so it does. Okay, that works. Perfect. Now it is a little bit pixelated, and we went over what pixelated means last time, and that's okay. This is just a demo project, but normally for like, one of the real projects, you would want to find one that's a little bit more, not as pixelated. Although this one's not too terrible. All right, so once we have our balloon in here, we're going to change the name of the layer to balloon. There we go. And then we're going to go back into my website, and we are going to find the picture of the clouds. And I'm going to right click, and I'm going to click copy image, and then I'm going to go into Pixlr, and I'm going to paste, which normally you could click Control V, but for some reason this computer does not follow the directions I'm giving it. You're going to spread this out to fit the whole screen. Okay, and then I am going to change the opacity. So the opacity makes something like see-through, right? So I'm going to go over here to my layers panel. This is where I can change my opacity. First, I'm going to change the name to clouds. Oh my gosh, I can't type today. And then the opacity can be found right here where it says transparency. You can, so if I bring this down, it kind of like fades in and out. which is really cool. So we are going to, I'm going to leave it up to you with whatever amount of transparency you want. I'm going to put mine to like probably 50 is good. And then once you're done with that, you can just click out, click X, and then it will stay like that. So again, it can be whichever level of transparency you would like. If you want it to be 50, make it 50. If not, experiment, do whatever looks good to you. All right, so the next thing that we are going to do is go to my website again, and we are going to click on let's do the plane. We're gonna right click on the plane, copy image, back into Pixlr, and you can paste it. You can do edit paste or Control V. It's really big. We want to make this a little bit smaller, and we want to put it in, I'm going to put it in the corner here. Okay, so I want to kind of blend this in with this photo, so I could use, I'm going to change the name really quick to plain place. Oh my goodness. I could use the transparency, but then you can still see the like corners, or like very rough corners. So I'm going to put it down. I'm going to put the transparency down a little bit. About right there. So it looks like it's kind of fading in with the clouds and stuff. And then I am going to find my eraser tool. It's right here. And I'm going to go all the way up to the eraser toolbar at the top here. I'm going to click on this. I want to make sure the softness is like about 50. We could adjust that later if we have to. And then the opacity here, I want to put that down to 50 as well. That means it's only going to erase like with half of the power that it normally would, which is what we want because we want it to look very subtle and faded. Okay, so I'm going to make my brush bigger. I'm using the greater than, less than keys to make it bigger and smaller. And then I'm going to just start kind of clicking around the edges to make it look like it's a little bit more blended in. Now, every time you click, you can see it kind of like fades. So I'm going to like just like fade enough on the edges where like it goes away. Because I still want to keep a lot of my plane in there. It's going to be very subtle. Okay. So if you just go over it once, and again, if you mess up, you can click Control Z and it will undo for you. But the more you click, the more it will take away. So here we go. That looks like it's pretty blended. All right. So if you want, you can pause the video at this point and you can start blending how you like it. Once you're done, we can start again. All right. Once your plane is blended in to a good amount, you can click on the Move tool, and we are going to do our last steps. So we are going to go back to my website, and we are going to do the bubbles. Copy those, go back into here, and we can paste them. I'm going to make these the size of my screen. Okay, and then I'm going to get rid of this white background. To do that, I can go into my magic wand. I can click on the white part. Everything, the marching ants are up. Once those are up, I can click Control X. And it should Control X. Okay, my keyboard's not working, so let's pretend I click Control X. And there we go. So now I have my bubbles. Okay, so before I do anything, my mouse is still in the magic wand. So if you accidentally click somewhere, the bubbles will light up again. Just click Control D. Oh, that works. And it will deselect, but you need to go into the Move tool, which is up here at the top. So always make sure that that is selected after you've done something. And then I am going to change the name to Bubbles. And before I close out of this, we're going to do something fun with the blend modes. So there's all of these options. So blend modes is just like it's blending this specific layer. So in this case, it would be the bubbles layer in like a certain way that maybe you can't really do with the eraser. So all of these, as you can see, are kind of like, they're all different. I'm gonna let you choose the one that you like. You can kind of just like go through all of them. That one's really cool. Okay, so I'm gonna choose this one. And if you want, you can put the or the transparency down a little bit. You don't have to. We'll just leave it however. Oh, I don't know if I like this. So once you kind of go through all these, you don't have to go through all of them. I just do that because I just have to see what they look like. How about I'll just do this first one. Call it a day. All right. Once you have chosen one, you can close out of that little menu and then